Hi, first graders. Today we're going to learn how to subtract single-digit numbers from double-digit numbers. And we're going to look specifically at if we need to start regrouping. So let's look at an example so you can see what I mean by regrouping. What I'm going to be looking at is I'm going to see if I will need to trade some of the tens and make them into ones. So I'm going to look specifically at the ones place first as I'm subtracting. I'm going to also use my base 10 blocks to help me as I'm subtracting. So let's look at this first example, and it's 28 minus 6. So I'm going to build 28 first, my whole, 10, 20, and I need 8 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, now I have 28 and I want to subtract 6. So what I'm going to look at is I'm going to see if I have enough ones right here already to subtract 6 without having to break apart one of my tens and turn them into ones. So I have 8 ones right here, and I want to take away 6 ones or subtract 6 ones. So I know that 6 is less than 8, and so I should be able to subtract 6 without having to regroup or take that 10 and turn it into ones. So I can subtract 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in this example, I could subtract without regrouping. So I see that I have 2 tens and 2 ones left, which means that 28 minus 6 is 22. Let's look at another example. I have here 43 minus 9. So again, I'm going to have to look specifically at the ones place. And to help myself, I'm going to use my base 10 blocks to build and help myself. So I had 43, so that means I need 4 tens, 2, 3, 4, 10, 20, 30, 40, and then 3 ones. 1, 2, 3. So I have 43 here. Now, what I need to look at is those ones, to see if I have 3 ones right now, I can't subtract 9 from 3. That's too many. 9 is larger than 3. So what I have to do in this case is I have to take one of my groups of 10 and I have to break them apart into some ones. I'm regrouping or trading so that I have a group of 10 added. Notice that I didn't bring out any more ones from over here. I have the same amount total represented on my board. I just traded one of my tens to have more ones. So I still have 43. Let's take a look. 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. So I still have 43 altogether. I just took one of my tens and broke it apart into some ones. So now I have more ones to work with. Now I have 3 tens and I have 13 ones. So I know 13 is a larger number than 9, so I can easily subtract my 9 from the ones that I have now. So I'm going to subtract them. I'm going to represent that by crossing them off. I need to take away 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now that I took away 9, I see that I have 3 tens left and I have 4 ones. So I know that 43 minus 9 is 34. So you can see how sometimes when the ones place is larger and the number you're subtracting is bigger than the ones place, then from the number you're starting with, you're going to need to regroup or borrow some tens and make them into ones. Let's look at another example, and I want you to do it with me and see if we need to regroup or take a 10 and make it into some ones. So this example is 94 minus 4. So think to yourself and look at those ones and decide if I need to regroup or not. To help ourselves, we can use our base 10 blocks. I see a 9 in the tens place, so I'll need 9 tens. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then a 4 in the ones place. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 94 represented here with my base 10 blocks, and I want to subtract 4. So I have to think to myself, can I take 4 away from these ones right here without having to take one of my 10s and break it into ones? Well, 4 is the same as 4. So yeah, I can take those away without having to break up any of my 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I can see that I'm all out of 1. So I came close, but I still could do the subtraction. So now I have 9 10s and 0 1s. So 94 minus 4 is 90. Let's look at just one more example and make sure we have this down. This time we're looking at 73 minus 8. So I'd like you to pause the video and see if you can solve on your own, thinking about if you need to regroup or not. And then you can play the video when you're finished and check your work to see what I did. Now that you've tried it on your own, let's try it together. So I have 73, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. I have 7 10s for 70, and then 3, so I'll need 3 1s. 71, 72, 73. I have 73 represented here with my base 10 blocks, and I'm wanting to take away 8 or subtract 8. So if I look at those ones, I see that 8 is larger than 3. So I can't take 8 1s away from these 3 that are right here. So what I have to do instead is I need to borrow or regroup. I will take a 10 and break it apart. Again, I didn't get any more from over here or pull any more from my bag. What I did instead was trade a 10 so that I have the same amount total. And but now I have more 1s. So let's double check and make sure so I can show you. I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73. So I still have 73 represented here. I just have 6 10s and 13 1s. So there's still 73 altogether. I didn't get any more out or take any away. I'm just trading so that I had more 1s to work with. Now I see that I have plenty of 1s to take 8 away. So I'm going to start crossing them off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now that I took 8 away or subtracted 8, I see I have 6 10s, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 5 1s, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65. So I know that 73 minus 8 is 65. This is a great strategy, especially if you are using your base 10 blocks, so that you can see the difference and work with those regrouping very easily.